Thank you so much, Michelle, for having me, and thank you constantly for your mentorship as well too. It is an honor to be here today with all of you. I'm so pleased that this is one of my first official events as a youth director of this vital council. As Michelle laid out, while still less than 3 years old, this council has accomplished so much. And to Michelle's credit, young activists have always been a focus of our work. Not too many councils even have a youth director, but we do because we know that you are all not only a moral force within the Democratic Party, but also an electoral force and an organizing force. And to be honest, if we're going to be able to tackle the climate crisis with the urgency and boldness that is required, I'm confident that it will be our generation that pushes our leaders into action. We know the clock is running out to act. We also know that it is our generation and the generations that follow that will pay the steepest price for inaction. We cannot allow corporations to profit from making our future toxic, and we cannot allow climate deniers to determine our future. We cannot allow politicians to refuse to act with the boldness and urgency that is needed to determine the fate of the world we will raise our families in. Look, we know this country is still facing an unprecedented health and economic crisis despite the desire by some to deny this reality. And corporate handouts to the fossil fuel industry are helping to drive the unprecedented expansion of fossil fuel development in the United States of America. Left unchecked, the United States is on track to be responsible for 60% of the global growth in oil and gas production over the next 10 years. And it is our generation that will pay that price, which is why we're organizing our generation to ensure our voice is heard in this debate. And we need to organize both inside and outside of the Democratic Party. We know that we will be a force inside the Democratic Party, as we've seen in so many states where young Democrats are working hard in their college and Young Democrats of America groups to uphold the need for bold climate action. And we can and need to be a bigger force within our party. Climate consistently polls as the #1 issue for young Democratic voters. We need to harness that power, our power to push our party to turn out voters, to organize and ensure our elected leaders are listening to us and taking bold action needed. Because here's the truth. Youth activity in our party on climate is essential as new generations of voters come to age to build a bench of party organizers, volunteers, and party and campaign staff and candidates who are versed on this specific issue. We need the power of those empowered to know it. And I know this moment can feel very disempowering. The policy and political outlook is challenging. The attacks on the issues we care about are relentless and effective. But to me, that is the very reason we need to double down. Giving up is not an option. Too much is at stake. This is our moment and we need to seize it. I truly am so grateful you are all here tonight. I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you all for joining us this evening. And also thank you, Michelle Dietrich, because without you as our chair, we would not have the safe space to be able to have this conversation. Thank you all.